Okay, it's 10 o'clock. I will call the Harrison County Commission meeting for March 4th, 2026 to order. If you will rise and join us in the invocation of prayer.
Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for all times of the year, but especially right now as spring approaches and Easter season approaches. We thank you that only an omnipotent God could provide the smells and the colors that we're about to see and that pass before us. Lord, we pray for peace around the world as these difficult times, but I also pray for peace for all the individuals in this room, whatever they're dealing with in their mind, as all of us have carried some sort of weight upon us. But we know, Lord, that we don't have to worry about tomorrow because you, Father, are already there. We say these things in your precious name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The one on the agenda is public comment. And first up is Mr. Sal Bowman. Yeah.
I'm Sal Baumger. I have just a few questions pertaining to the Wolf Summit project. Okay. Number one, what was the purchase price of that property? When they purchased it from the county, what was the purchase price of that property?
I don't recall the amount.
An estimated guess.
Sir, we can meet afterwards and I can try to answer your questions.
Uh,
Usually in public comment,
Yeah,
Commissioner.
we don't have any, just listen. Sorry, didn't mean to step.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, they're mostly concerned in like, what were the incentives given by the county for that project? Considering that project is a 600 to 625 million megawatt facility, it's going to use about 1.8 million gallons of water a day. I'm just wondering about the infrastructure. I talked to several of the state offices. The infrastructure that is in place at the current time will fail. I'm just wondering what happened. Okay. We have no provisions to provide them. Not that I'm aware of, unless you can provide that. And I'm just wondering, I mean, because they're putting 1.1 billion and change, 1.2 billion into that project. Okay. And it's going to Virginia, Maryland, Delaware Electric. Are they going to teleport it there? Because it's just that facility alone costs that much money. Okay. There's no power lines to go through there, not according to the state, the ones I've talked to. Okay. So I'm just wondering how far we checked it before we sold it. Okay. I mean, we're right up there, the water line, sewage line, the gas, the electric, the power lines. How much are citizens paying for from Harrison County? Those are my questions. Now I know it's just comment. Okay. But those are my comments. I'm asking you collectively if we have answers for it. Because I do have
I believe there are
Oh, yeah.
answers for all your concerns, and Ms. Pease can help you if you want to meet with her.
okay.
Tom,
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Thank you much.
you're welcome. Thanks. Al. Dave Oliveria.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm Dave Oliveria, Mayor of Lost Creek and citizen of Harrison County. I just have a few bullet points on something that occurred last Wednesday that a lot of people didn't know was a meeting, special meeting occurred here about Greater Harrison's raise. The first bullet point I have is why did we have a special meeting and it wasn't heavily advertised like most meetings are? Last time, Greater Harrison asked for a raise that was during a regular meeting because I was here. And I opposed that raise and Mr. Hinkle up there, he cut back on what they asked for. You know, why is there some households in Marion County being serviced by Greater Harrison? I don't know personally, but that seems to add a little bit of a cost to the system. You know, the next thing is the taxpayers. You're asking taxpayers to pay the full family insurance for these people. Not that I want to deny them by any means, but I've worked for $1 billion company for over 40 years. I had to pay 20% for the family plan just to have my wife and my son and others, you know, within the family on that. That's approximately 3% of the raise that they're wanting, which is the sewage raise for people. So, you know, we're wondering why that. Did you go line by line to see what items they were spending the money on? Was it equipment? Are they hiring contractors? What are they doing? We know they're going out Route 20 and we know they're building a new area, which is fine. But I found out last night at a meeting that we have a 4-inch line going through the main street of Lost Creek. 5 years ago, I was told by somebody from Greater Harrison it was a 6-inch line. And the reason we cannot put any more fire hydrant on now is because it's a 4-inch line and PSC will not let you do that. So we have a lot of families out there in my area where I live, out Pretty View Drive, that we've been begging for a hydrant. And, you know, we've been told because of 4-inch line, you can't have it. That's understandable. My last is, do you really believe that seniors and people in the southern end of the county and less fortunate people can really afford another raise? They're going to have to look at their budget. You know, sometimes we need to ask these businesses to live within their budget sometimes, instead of just coming to you all or to the state or to the feds and asking for a raise. Each town has to look at their budget year to year and decide what they can and cannot have. So thank you for the 3 minutes. I appreciate your time. And, you know, I know it's probably a done deal, but I just wanted you to hear our concerns. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. At 10:05, we have a hearing to accept a copy of a will for Ronald Howard Rogers. I just reviewed the file when I sat down here, and I don't see an actual motion for this that was signed by the petitioner. Do we know if we received that? Can somebody check while then we can move on? Is there anyone here for this? Okay. Did you fill out a paper requesting and giving the reasons why you? Okay. Okay. Well, somehow it's probably, oh. It's not the file. Okay. Okay. That should have been in the file too. Okay. Do you want to come up and explain? Sorry about that. You're fine. Have a chance to go through the package. So I do.
Yeah, I became the power of attorney for my dad. He was starting to get dementia and we'd been on him, me and the investor and everything's been on him for several years to get another will made up, because he didn't lose the will, but I had 2 siblings pass away in between the time that they had a will made up. And my mom took care of all that kind of stuff. And I don't even know if he knew where it was, but we was able to get all of us together, my dad and me and his best friend, and we got him moving on that and to have a will made up. But somewhere we had to do a living will, the main will, and a power of attorney paper all in about 4 hours. And we had a public notar coming over there and everything. But somehow along in all the shuffling, I think the main copy got shuffled and maybe sent to other businesses or something, because I had to send quite a few copies of the will out. I never touched the original one after it's put in an envelope, but somewhere in the shuffle it must have got lost. But it is I mean, it's a legit will as far as him knowing what he was doing and everything. And I just would like for you guys to accept it, and that's pretty much it. I just seeing if you guys would accept it, and so I can move on with the proceedings of the will and everything.
Can you give us your name for the record, please?
Rodney H. Rogers.
So you have the same name as your father?
No, mine's Rodney. His was Ronald.
Okay. Okay.
The last will and testament you presented here today is an old one.
No, it's the new one.
That's the new one.
But they told me in the county clerk office down there that it appeared, I wasn't aware of it at the time, but they said it appeared to be a copy of the will. Which when we did the wheels up, the lady that was helping us do it, she was putting everything in pamphlets and gave me the one that's was supposed to have been the original one. But I don't know if she got paper shuffled around and put the wrong one in there or what.
Confused on page 2.
Well, I take it this is he's devising. He owned property in Tucker County and property in New York.
Yeah, but the property in New York, we let it go for taxes.
Yeah, you'd have to.
That was something
Something in
he
New York.
inherited, huh? What's that?
I mean, never mind. It's a moot point since you don't know, he didn't have it at the time of his death.
No, he told me to let it go when I was
But he has
power of
property
attorney.
in Tucker County.
Yeah, he still has that.
Did he die in Harrison County?
Yes.
What did he own in Harrison County?
Well, he owns his regular house and 100 acres out in Mount Clair. And then he's got a rental property on Thorn Street in Clarksburg. And then the hunting cabin type place there in Tucker County.
How come the Harrison County property is not listed here?
I was told all that comes after the meeting. I was supposed to set up another meeting after today to list all the properties.
That's the appraisal. But this is what devises the property or how you inherit property is through the will. And if it's not listed on here.
Well, I get 100. He left 100% of all property to me. There's only me and a brother left. There's only me and a brother left.
That's
And
in of his property, which I may own or have right to dispose at the time of my death. But as follows, on the names. Rodney. 100%.
yeah, my brother's not real responsible. And so he left everything to me property wise, and then left him a percentage of investments is what he did.
Or did he do that? That's not in here.
Well, that was done through the investor or his stock.
Before he passed away?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they done made
Okay.
the deal and
Okay.
everything. And that's already been taken care of. Our shares have been divided and
But you're getting the property,
yeah,
real estate
yeah,
and whatever else he did before his death.
yeah, anything, he left
Oh.
100% of all property and stuff to me.
Where's this camper trailer located?
on my dad's property right below his house. Which I don't know how long they'll be there. You're talking about getting a place now. He got some investments.
It's just a unique document.
Yeah, it was one that
It was a form
was
document.
offline.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to have been made up by a bunch of lawyers.
I hope it wasn't a bunch of lawyers wrote this.
Two witnesses. I think it's down there, too. It's been measured, huh? It's not sure. Wish I looked at this before today. It's not all his, is it?
Huh?
See. He signed it, he's got two witnesses. That's the only question. I don't.
We need a motion to accept the will.
Yeah, then somebody wants to.
Make a motion to accept the last will and testament presented us today for Ronald Howard Rogers.
Yeah.
And to fix the appropriate signature to the order.
And fix appropriate signatures to the order.
Okay, motion's been made to accept the will in solemn form for Ronald H. Rogers, and to fix the appropriate signatures on the order. Is there any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried.
Thank you.
Mhm. 10:10, update on Sam Pack. Is Mr. Pack here?
Madam President, on January 21st, the commission gave Mr. Pack 30 days to have a huge amount of his property cleaned up. As you see, we have the pictures, the old pictures from when it was here in January, when the case came before you, and new pictures, and I think it might look worse than what it did in January. So it would be my recommendation to send this one to the court and for prosecutors to take over.
Motion approved as stated by the county administrator to move forward with the process and work through the court system to eventually end up in the demolition process.
No, just not demolition, clean up, right?
Clean up.
Demolition.
It'll end up demolition.
What's that?
So it'll probably end up as a demolition.
Well, we want to, okay, motion's been made to move forward with taking this issue to court for cleanup and demolition. Is that correct? Well, demolition, cleanup, I guess. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay. It's 10:19, but at 10:15, we have an item on the agenda, present award for first annual I Voted sticker contest winner for Harrison County. This is great. And I'm going to turn this over to John Spires, the county clerk, to explain to us what's going on and you and everybody else, and congratulations.
So this is the first time we've ever done this, Stan, but Brett's our first winner. So He designed this cool sticker for us. We're gonna get these printed. We're gonna hand them out for early voting on election day. Give some to Brett also, who would really appreciate them participating. And hopefully this will be the start of something really neat that we'll do every couple of years and we'll get a lot more police involved. So Brett, awesome job. Thank you for that. Don't blame you.
Where do you go to school? Oh, okay, okay, great. Good deal.
You're the top of your class.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Looking forward to getting these stickers printed. We're gonna hand them out, so. Hopefully mom and dad and Mama and Papa go vote, but they'll get your sticker when they go vote. Give you some also, so you can first souvenir and hand it out however you do it. So once again, great job. Appreciate it.
Who do you have here with you, brother? Who do you have here with
The
you?
whole clan.
Do you want to get everybody up here? Does everybody want to come up for a picture?
Come on up.
This is a program I believe the Secretary of State's office started with the stickers. That's great.
Good opportunity to pick that. Scoot down this way a little bit. Sure.
Bye. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You got it. You got it. Okay, at 10:20, we have a proclamation to be presented to the American Red Cross. Whereas we celebrate American Red Cross Month by honoring our neighbors who make its humanitarian mission possible in Harrison County. Every day, their efforts of kindness change lives, bringing relief, comfort, and hope when help can't wait. The compassionate spirit runs deep in our community, just as it has for 145 years with the American Red Cross. Whereas today, those who serve within the Allegheny Commons chapter light the way during emergencies, whether it's delivering shelter, food, and comfort after disasters, providing a safe, life-saving blood supply for patients facing conditions like cancer treatments, childbirth complications, and traumatic injuries, assisting military members and their families with 24/7 global support, or empowering individuals with skills like first aid and CPR that save lives. Whereas during 2025, Harrison County American Red Cross assisted 19 households, 68 impacted by disaster, the majority of which experienced a home fire. Red Cross also collected 1,424 units of blood at 46 blood drives, provided CPR first aid training to 1,402 people, and supported military members, veterans, and their families with 27 base services. Whereas these collective efforts are a powerful reminder that the strength of our community lies in our shared commitment to one another. As we mark Red Cross Month, let's celebrate our local heroes and resolve to continue lifting each other up. so no one faces an emergency alone. Now therefore be it resolved, the Harrison County Commission recognizes March as Red Cross Month in honor of those who lead with their hearts to serve people in need, and we welcome others to join in this commitment to strengthen our community. American Red Cross. It's 2026 you got. Be it further resolved that the Harrison County Commission recognizes their significant services and contributions to the well-being of family and community. Passed by the Harrison County Commission this fourth day of March 2026. Thanks a lot.
I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'll come over here. Good morning. Thank you. My name is Michelle Duez. I'm a community volunteer for the American Red Cross of the Allegheny Highlands and also a resident of Bridgeport. For many decades, the declaration of March as Red Cross Month has been an annual tradition at federal, state, and local levels. We appreciate the Harrison County Commission's ongoing support during this time to recognize the organization's humanitarian mission. I did have our services listed, but since Commissioner Thomas read them, and in the interest of time, since I have a little bit of a under the weather here, I will do you all the service of not reading them. And I will get right to the meat. I do have an ask today to come before you, a biomed ask. Every 2 minutes in this country, somebody needs blood. And thanks to the Commission for providing grant funding for one blood drive in 2025, such contributions of yours are essential to sustaining the American Red Cross mission. Blood collections help patients at area hospitals facing medical emergencies as a result of trauma, those fighting cancer, and others who experience chronic diseases. We appreciate the Commission's consideration to support another blood drive financially in 2026. A $5,000 grant would cover the cost of one blood drive. But think of all the lives that would be saved with this drive. The Red Cross plans to hold 49 blood drives in Harrison County alone in 2026, with a projection of 1,501 units of blood to be collected. The Red Cross activity is an increase in 10 blood drives over last year and $50,000 in additional costs. The total project cost of all drives combined in our county would be $245,000. So I respectfully ask for your consideration, and we appreciate your proclamation today. Thank you.
Okay, what's the pleasure on the special funding request?
Motion to allocate $5,000 to the Red Cross, Madam President.
Motion to allocate $5,000 to the American Red Cross, the local chapter. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you for what you do, Michelle. Okay. Get the consent agenda out. No public comment. Is there, we got to that. Is there anyone on Zoom that wishes to speak publicly? Sorry, I forgot that. Anyone on Zoom wish to speak publicly? Number 2, consent agenda. What's pleasure?
Motion approved, Madam President.
Motion to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, motion carried. Number 3, payroll change notices. We have A through F.
Motion to approve A through F, Madam President.
Motion to approve number 3, A through F. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 4, we have several minutes, A through F.
Motion to accept A through F into record, Madam President.
Motion to accept A through F, number 4, into the record. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 5, requisitions, purchase orders, and invoices. A, B, and C. I only have one that I want to discuss, is not discuss, but just is the repair to an X-ray machine. It's a little chunk of change, and there's a grant grant cycle coming up. I'm under the understanding, and we have one that's in the garage of this building. Is there any, my thing is just, can we wait until we figure out?
And
Because
just,
that could, if we need to get a new one, if it would be better off to get a new one, I'd rather spend that money on the new.
and I did hear back from the director of maintenance. He is not sure. He will check into it about the one that is downstairs.
What's the one that's the issue?
Over at the front doors of the courthouse.
About the detector?
Yeah.
Last one we bought. But we also bought one just like it.
That's here,
It's
Here.
here.
but it's sat forever too.
What's the one that?
It's an old one downstairs. I mean, is it not working at all?
The belt is either not working at all or it continuously runs.
Okay, can they get through it? Can they get the stuff through it? Can it be x-rayed when it comes through if it's manually put through?
They must be able to. 'Cause
Okay.
I haven't heard
Okay.
that as being a problem.
I mean, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I hate to put a few $1,000s into a machine for repair. And I'd rather look and see if what a new one cost, or even if we could use the one for the downstairs until the grant. I know they would prefer a brand new one. Who wouldn't, but. Right. So, but whatever you guys want to do, it's fine, but that's just,
It's just, on courthouse security for next year.
So the way that we've done research on it, looks like last year, the applications were due like May 2nd. It looks like it's on a fiscal year basis. So if we get the application in, roughly it should be the same time frame, then it would be awarded after the new fiscal year
The courthouse security.
through
Yeah.
courthouse security.
Yeah. that's
So
my,
that we didn't apply for anything already, courthouse security.
So we have some courthouse facilities grants. That's what it would fall under. And I believe it's cameras that we got, the intercoms.
So those are the things we used in the judge's order.
Correct. We always usually apply for something for this
Yeah.
grant.
So if we don't get the grant, we have to replace, where is that?
Well, we're gonna have to take it out of our budget.
I mean, I just want to compare what a new one would cost to the money that we're going to spend just to repair it, and who knows when it'll break down again. That's all I'd like to do before we do anything.
If you like, we can.
Because if
pull
we
it.
have to do it, then we have to get it done to keep people safe. I get it.
We can pull it. I can get those answers for you for the next agenda or whatever the commission would like. We can make whatever happen.
That's just my concern on the one, that's all. I just wanted to bring that up.
How long has this been an issue?
I just recently, the past 2-3 weeks, it took a little bit to actually find someone who would be willing to repair the machine.
But how long has it been like this, you know?
Only like 2 weeks. Bless you.
And it's the belt doesn't.
There's something wrong with the belt. Either it keeps running or
Overloaded
it
or
doesn't
something.
run.
So what's the pleasure on number 5A through C?
Motion to approve A through C, Madam President.
Okay, motion to approve number 5A through C. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? I'm opposed to the one. I'm for all of them, but that.
You gonna make a motion for that?
I mean, I can,
So-
but he's already got them all out there, so we can,
Well, but
then I'm gonna vote no for the
Okay, so
requisition.
that's what I was trying to understand, so I'm gonna vote no.
Okay.
And look for a new motion.
Okay.
You can't, David. You just killed it. You two voting no killed it. All three of those have to go back on the next agenda.
No, they don't.
Yes, it does. You've already voted. And there was no motion on the floor after we voted, Madam President.
Okay, moving on. Number 6, we have nothing for exonerations, corrective tickets, joint property applications.
That is correct, Madam President.
If there are any utilities or anything that need to be pulled out, then we need to take care of that.
Those will automatically go down.
Okay. In the way that we've normally done those. So, review, discuss, consideration approval of a project fund requisition for the payment of costs associated with the project to be financed from proceeds of this the and Series 2808A Charles Point Project Number 2 North Land Bay improvements. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved, A, $118.
Motion to approve 7A for $118. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, at 10:30, we had a special funding request from Take Me Home Transportation requesting $2,500 to help cover insurance costs for the organization that provides rides home to individuals leaving alcohol serving establishments.
Yes.
Just identify yourself, please, for the record.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me to your session. My name is Kylie Wagner. I'm a resident of Harrison County. Our organization was established in August of 2025 as a 501c3 charitable organization. The name of the organization is Take Me Home Transportation. The purpose of the organization is to provide individuals with the option to secure a safe ride home when leaving from alcohol serving establishments. The rides will be scheduled by way of a mobile application device very similar to an Uber service. Our overall mission is to eliminate the dangerous choice between driving impaired and getting home safely. We want to start this mission at the county level with the hopes of growing it someday into a state model. Philip Podesta, a local expert in the transportation industry, and I created this idea as a driving service after a tragic DUI incident that I was involved with in March of 2024. The accident occurred in a construction zone on Route 50 and resulted in the serious injury of a Department of Highway worker. It's a situation that's still hard for me to discuss in depth. It was life-changing is all that I can say, and I would do anything in the world to be able to take it back. My hopes is that this nonprofit will bring awareness to the dangers of driving under the influence and prevent this from happening to anyone else in Harrison County. The mobile application is currently in development and is being developed by Nathan Mobus, who is my stepbrother who lives in the Tampa, Florida area. He is a software engineer and an IT developer and has successfully launched mobile applications over the last few years. We currently have a board that consists of 9 local and respected board members. We have had 3 board meetings as of today since August, with the next one scheduled for the end of April. We have put together a budget and anticipate the total annual cost to be between $150,000 to $200,000, which will mainly cover costs such as driver salaries, insurance costs, and vehicle-related costs. We would like to use the organization as well to be able to give back a percentage of net profits into the community. In addition to seeking grant funding through the Harrison County Commission, I have reached out to the director of the West Virginia First Foundation to see if their program aligns with our mission. The West Virginia First Foundation is dedicated to combating substance use disorder and may potentially be a fit for us. I have not yet spoken with him. I'm waiting to hear back. Additionally, I've submitted a $10,000 grant application to the Ontario Foundation, which they are currently reviewing. Along with grants, we are speaking with local business owners as well about partnering up with our nonprofit to act as corporate sponsors. I have several that are on board. We plan to work closely with the local alcohol serving establishments, including bars and restaurants as well, to help push our initiative to keep drivers safe on the road. Let's go over a few statistics quickly. This is according to the National Highway Safety and Transportation Administration. Impaired driving in the U.S. causes approximately 37 deaths daily, one every 39 to 52 minutes, resulting in 13,000 preventable fatalities. Alcohol-impaired crashes account for 30% of all traffic-related deaths, with over 300,000 people injured yearly. The mission of our organization will be to provide the people of Harrison County with a safe and reliable way to get home when they need it and to keep our community members away from being a part of these statistics. We're at the very beginning stages and have a ways to go to raise funds. Any consideration that you have in helping us to get started would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time.
Madam President, I'm gonna step out because I serve on this board. So I'm gonna step out and let you, Commissioner Hinkle, do your due diligence.
So you're recusing yourself
Yes.
from this because you're on the board? It's a pleasure. You said this is the first, I don't even know what to call this, program?
Oh, yeah, this is a startup program that started in August of last year. So we're just in the beginning phases, but we did receive the 501c3 exempt application.
So it'll be the first one you come to for funding.
Yes. I have a copy of the board members and then also a copy of our budget if it's something you would like to see.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, sure. How do you envision this working? I mean, somebody have a number they call?
So the idea will be that the rides will be scheduled through an app on a phone. Again, similar to Uber, how Uber runs. We currently have, I forgot to mention this, we do have a website that's already established as well. It's www.hometransportation.org. So we're going to be looking for outlets to advertise for fundraising and other efforts.
So when you have here for driver costs or driver salaries, you all intend to hire people?
So we're looking at 3 different potential options. Essentially, I think the one that I handed you shows 2 different possibilities. The first option would be that under the nonprofit itself, we will hire W-2 employees as drivers, as well as purchase the vehicles underneath the nonprofit umbrella. So it will kind of run that way. The other option that we're looking at considering doing is bringing the funds in through the nonprofit, but then contracting the driving services out to a third party potentially, rather than have the W-2 employees under the nonprofit. The third option, which I don't believe is listed on that there, and I apologize, is we would set it up very similar to an Uber. So we would bring the money in and then we would hire other drivers to use their vehicles to, offer the rides.
What area would you serve?
We're currently just looking at starting in Harrison County and hopefully expanding.
Commend you for what you're doing
I do
and
too.
trying to get started. I'm just not sure. I mean, so you're asking for 2,500 to cover insurance costs. What you are predicting anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000, but
Yes, sir. I didn't want to, coming in as a new applicant, I didn't want to exceed any potential limit that you offer,
well, it's
initially.
not so much, I don't, and again, speaking for myself, it's not so much potential limit, is it? It's kind of like I wanna help fund you, but I don't wanna help fund you if that's where it ups and dies of the 2,500, or I can say if Susan and I would agree to 5,000, which just goes and sits in some checking account for the next 2 or 3 years because you never were able to
Sure,
accomplish the rest of it.
sure.
I'm trying to figure out how to do
Because
funding.
you've requested grants.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm waiting on Aaron Terra Foundation as one potential grant funding. And then I'm working on connecting with West Virginia First.
And I understand you want somebody to be the first so that you can say you have somebody supporting you. But in our case, I'm not sure. I think we should. I think you're good for taxpayer dollars. I'm not sure taxpayer dollars. I worry about it languishing in an account for the next
Sure.
6 months to a year while you get this up and going. And if you were further along, I would,
Mhm.
my recommendation to my fellow commissioners would be to give you up to $5,000 towards this, because I think it's an important thing, but I'm not sure I don't want you to take offense. I'm just not
Sure.
sure I can do it in good conscience right at the moment till you get this project a little further along. So
I mean, my thoughts are, you get your grant funds. I agree with him. If you could get your grant funds and then, I mean, if you,
Yeah,
then
I mean,
maybe-
that's,
then come back.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
yeah, you're not gonna
I
get
mean,
told
this-
no in the future. It's just that,
God bless you for doing what you're.
yeah.
Thank you.
I just think it's hard for us to be that seed money as a
Yes.
taxpayer funding it as seed money. So,
Yeah, I understand. And yeah, I would very much appreciate to come back at a later date if you're open to it.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome as soon as you.
Please do, because I
Okay.
think we're both in agreement. It's a good project. And
It's a great
Okay.
thought.
I'm hoping United Way picks you all up and everybody else gets involved with this, because I know in other areas around the country, it's a very popular
Yes. Okay.
to offer rides. It's a shame that we have to do that, but
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
I don't know if we make a motion to table it or just,
Table it, then it's there. We don't forget
Yeah.
about it.
so.
Yes, sir.
That's
Okay.
what we're gonna do. So for you to come back at a later date.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So the
Thank you.
motion is to table and come back at a later date.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, number 8, review, discuss, consider consideration of approval of a project fund requisition for the payment of costs associated with the project to be financed from proceeds of the Series 2019 A and B bonds issued for Charles Point Economic Opportunity Development District for $7,591.25.
Motion to allocate $7,591.25, please.
Motion to allocate the $7,591.25 for number 8. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, we have nothing on 9. Is that correct?
That is correct, Madam President.
Number 10, review, discuss, consider orders and election orders as presented by the clerk. We have A, election officials and alternates appointed by the Republican and Democrat executive committees. So I think we have 4 orders.
Motion approved A.
Motion to approve 10A. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried.
Too many signatures that need to be.
No, it's just a formality. I assume it's still this. Number 11, is there anything on there?
Yes, Madam President.
Okay,
there's one.
number 11, review, discuss, consider budget revisions for general county or vital services.
There is for both.
Okay, there we go.
In general county. They're in your packet, but we have for Department 401 County Commission, 424 Courthouse, 439 Planning, 717 Garage. And for vitals, we have for Ambulance Authority and OEM.
This is just moving money to make these lines whole,
That is
or
correct.
switching it.
When you say make whole, this just makes it current and they zero back out, or is there anything left in these items?
So some of the items we put more in, it'll, if there's not enough money in that line item, it'll take care of that. Plus, we know some upcoming bills that might be coming, to make sure all of that is covered.
Why do we have to do such a big thing under courthouse and equipment?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Courthouse equipment. They had to put increase by 100.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Some of that is the equipment that we purchased, whether it was to run the snakes or to purchase camera and snakes for the lines, the plumbing lines. We got a spreader for the back of the side by side. There have been several different items. We're not exactly playing out.
It's an awful lot to do some subscription.
Well,
They're planning.
we decreased yeah, I'm with you, Susan. The nuisance is, what's your definition of nuisance when we reduce that? That's buildings or property cleanup? Nuisance.
We're paying dues on for that amount,
Yeah,
unless that's part of the new system.
That is, so that's the GovWell.
Okay. See overtime at the garage. Why is it so high?
They got called out a good bit during the winter to salt the parking lots and sidewalks.
The garage?
The garage is usually Wayne, and one of the gentlemen there.
So does he help maintenance? Is that what we're doing? Or are they the only ones that do that?
So maintenance usually does, like the parking lots around here, the garage goes to animal control, 911, sheriff's office, Parks and Rec.
Like a lot of budgets need to be looked at closer.
a lot of movement in OEM.
That's what I'm looking at now. Fire and rescue contractual.
What's
$40,000.
$40,000 to fire and rescue? Yeah, fractional. What's that?
Actually, it does need to be that. Yeah, what is that? Covered under that.
Oh, that's the new Carolina reporting system.
And that system is recording what?
It's a new system that records the audio calls and, I think with the Carolina, it also has an AI built into it. But this used to come out of 007, and now it's coming out of 7-Eleven.
So the other is 911. That's where it came before.
Yes.
What's pleasure on number 11?
Motion to approve the budget revisions for general county and vital services.
Motion to approve the budget revisions for general county and vital services. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 12, is there anything we need to discuss on number 12 regarding the trail?
I do not have anything.
Anybody else? No, nothing. Number 13, same question.
So we do have some things to discuss
Okay.
on Route 19.
Review, discuss, consider developments and discussions on Route 19. Potential executive session to consider matters involving or affecting the purchase, sale, or lease of property, advanced construction planning, the investment of public funds, or other matters involving commercial competition, which if made public might adversely affect the financial or other interest of the state or any political subdivision.
Make a motion to go into executive session.
Motion to go into executive session. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. None motion. No action to be taken on number 13 at this time. Number 14, review, discuss, consider awarding bid for demolition of 11 structures. What's the pleasure?
So, Madam President, it's actually 10 structures. One had to be taken off. So the bid went out for 10 structures. The lowest bid is EnviroClean for $98,645.
Motion approved. When will they start, Madam Administrator?
As soon as the contract signed, which we have it today, if this is approved for the commission president to sign, and then they can start pretty much next week.
Okay.
They're ready to go. They know that they have a deadline, only so many days to complete all 10 structures.
How much is it?
$98,645.
And we just moved money out of that line item?
There was 250. We did move some money out of that line item, but we did leave enough to cover this.
And that is. How much does that leave us?
That leaves us 199,000.
So you revised to 199, you're spending 98, so that leaves you 100.
Correct.
We see any more demolitions before the end of the year?
We're
Physical
gonna,
year?
we're gonna try to get more, with the asbestos testing, everything else, get some more demo before the end of the year.
I think that's a line item that we need to leave alone then from going forward. That's all I have to talk about on that.
You made the motion, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 15, review, discuss, consider awarding bid for land for new animal control facility. Potential executive session to consider matters involving or affecting the purchase, sale, or lease of property, advanced construction planning, the investment of public funds, or other matters involving commercial competition, which if made public might adversely affect the financial or other interest of the state or any political subdivision. What's the pleasure on this item?
What piece of property are we talking about, Madam President?
So we received 3 different properties. 2 of them did not follow the guidelines of the RFP. The one that did is for piece of property on Meadowbrook Road. You should have that in your packet. 4.23 acres.
But correct me, we just bought a $500,000 piece of property on Route 19 to
Right.
build the animal control facility that we've been working on for 6 years now, right? This has been a vision for 6 years with a
Okay.
youth barn complex. So we got $500,000 invested in a piece of property that we've listened to the citizens. Not me, the citizens. They want a new facility. Our employees want a new facility. Right now, they're sitting across the road with a creek that rises in between them. They cross through occasionally. Please correct me if I'm wrong. What are we talking about today? Why aren't we building the animal control facility on the 19 property? We have 11 flat acres with utilities.
So my goal with putting this RFP out there was just hoping that we could get some other options where we can start building right away.
And we can't build right away with the utilities and the property on Route 19 that has 11 acres that's developable.
If you would want to put it up front, maybe where the restaurant is.
Or push it back a little bit and extend the utilities a little bit.
I think Patsy, part of the problem is how much land we left that's not tied up in the Corps of Engineers environmental report that has to be done.
Can I ask a question? If we buy another piece of property, do we not have to have these same tests done?
Not if you buy a piece of property, it's already flat.
But we have a piece of property that's relative.
We have several pieces of property that we could, well, at least two I can think of. So. probably
just-
have enough.
I'm just trying to explain to Patsy what the issue is at the Ellis's one. We carved out and would have to sit right in the front, would have to pretty much sit right where the flea market is, and where you put the fence and all that stuff, and where the projector room is. I don't have a problem with that. That's what we want to carve out, put right there.
Then what's the issue, David?
We don't have the
second.
we don't have the environmental done on the rest of the property.
We don't need it to develop the acreage that we have that's developable. We can do that in hindsight.
Well, no, I'm saying we can build today where the projector
Yes.
site is.
Yes, we can.
So
So why aren't we?
I would like to see the flea market stay, but I can,
I
if you
get,
guys want to do what you want to do, go right ahead. I mean, we need a facility.
We need a facility. Citizens want a facility. The employees deserve a facility. We have 9 websites in Harrison County, and the only one anybody pays attention to is the animal control. These people are more passionate about their animals than some people are in the school system about their children. They invest their time freely. I just think I'm, as a commissioner, wondering why 6 years ago we were building this, building a youth complex, building 2 barns, buying a parking lot and going to let it pay for itself. We do a lot of buying and we don't do we haven't done a thing for a long time that we told people that we were going to do for them because they told us what they wanted. I'm a commissioner, yes, but I'm a citizen. All my ideas come from you. I don't know what we're waiting
That's
on,
where my
guys.
idea comes from with the flea market, but if you want to do away with the flea market and build that right there, then that's
But-
your problem.
But there's more land to develop, Madam President, and we can do that over time and we can have our cake and eat it too. But our priority right now is that we have a facility
It's been in bad.
that's in dilapidated condition that deserves better because of the effort that's being made out there. And again, I'm going to reiterate, This is a passionate group of individuals that we represent at this bench. We can build this tomorrow if we want to. We could have built it 5 years ago if we wanted to. We could have done a lot of things over this past 5 years, but we're still talking about the same 5 things instead of a new 5 things, because we never lift off the ground.
It's been longer than
Other
5
than-
years that we've talked about it.
I agree with you. Pardon me. We've been talking about this for a decade because they deserve it. And it will grow exponentially if we give them the facility they deserve. You were part of what we wanted to design. I stayed out of that because you know better than I do. It's exciting. Let's move. We've got the money, we've got the means, and then allow the administrator then to follow the environmental process to grow more land, to tear down, cut down trees at the right time of the year when it doesn't affect the wildlife, because we have to protect that. And it doesn't affect the wetland because we have to protect that. We can develop it in time. We've got 40 acres to develop. And we do this all over the state of West Virginia because we have no choice. This is our terrain. We fill in valleys to make flat land. That's why we have a state-of-the-art hospital, because we filled in a valley. There was no flat land for it. We created it. So the choice comes today. Do we want an animal control facility to start tomorrow? Or do we want to be talking about this like we're talking about paying for parking in a parking lot that we bought 2 years ago that we can't get a parking meter for? We can't build railroad bridges for the rail trail. We can't build animal control facilities. We just keep knocking on the same door and we never turn the knob to see if it's open. My motion is to move forward, let McKinley retweak what you've already put together for the site on Saltwell and put the facility on the Ellis Drive-In property and then develop it all in time. Maybe I won't be here when it's completed, but I want to do what I can do while I'm here for the citizens and for the employees that are passionate. Wouldn't we love to have passion throughout the county?
So do you want no action on 15 at this point?
Well, I'm not going to accumulate.
And then 16, which is directing McKinley to update the animal control facility to design to refit the design for the new location.
And go
So that's,
and roll. And in the meantime, if you want to have a flea market, have it every week until we break ground.
I make a motion to table 15 until McKinley makes the review on 16.
Not
motion
makes the
to
review,
take,
David,
Excuse me?
not make the review. Tell us what needs done and build. We don't need another speed bump. We need to direct LRPs to do something
Well,
and her actually get it done.
If you let me finish here, it's to review, for them to review, to update that facility and whether we can do it in. We have ARPA money that if they can't do it in time, we will lose the money.
$180,000, sir.
Yes,
so no, we're gonna table. You want to, their motion is
I
to
make
table.
table 15, have McKinley look at putting it where the table 15, that's my motion for right
Okay.
now, and then 16 I'll take up as another motion.
Any discussion on the tabling 15? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, number 16.
My motion is to direct McKinley to bring us a new update, putting the animal control facility in the area of the drive-in theater parking lot.
Okay, the motion is to direct McKinley to come back with an update of a design to put the animal control shelter in the drive-in parking area, correct?
With a timeline for start and completion.
With a timeline for start and completion. Any discussion?
If you all don't have a problem, I'd like to add that they at least come back and give us some kind of rough update next commission meeting on
Everything.
everything.
Yes. And come back with an update on the whole piece of property.
Well, the animal control facility. Because CEC is handling the environmental. McKinley would just be on the animal control
They
facility.
not know what's going on back there.
Army Corps of Engineer is planning on coming down on March 17th to walk the project.
Pray for a drought.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Any further discussion on this motion, on this matter? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Number 17, review, discuss, consider putting out an RFP for the roof replacement at 609 West Main Street.
My motion to put out an RFP from with our staff for roof replacement to use. Architectural on staff, but to use RFP, we'll put that RFP out.
Okay, motion is that we put the RFP out.
Yep.
Staff takes care of that for the
Yes, ma'am.
replacement of the roof on 609 West Main Street. Okay, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 18, review, discuss.
President, I'd go ahead and like to postpone that discussion because I need to leave. And that's one of my items. So if you all table that, I would appreciate it.
Okay, so your motion is to table number 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Motion to table 18. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 19, review, discuss, 18. 18's done. 19,
Madam President, again, because I'm leaving, can we jump to 20? And I'm gonna head out the door right at the moment, but my motion on 20 for you all to discuss is to help support West Milford's float the fork out of the levy money that we have for community improvements. With no set amount at this time, but just that we use some of our community improvement money to help float the West Fork.
okay,
Madam Administrator, we give them money every year.
Get that $3,000 out of the six.
Okay, good.
But this would be more to get the float the West Fork up to a bigger.
okay, so the motion is to support West Milford's float the fork
Yes.
out of the community enhancement of the levy.
Yes, ma'am.
But amend the levy.
But we're not setting an amount. Can we?
No, no.
No, it's just a support. I'm not asking to say an amount now. It's just that we'll use that to support it because we can't use Parks and Rec. But we can use community improvement money.
I'm not comfortable not setting an amount at this point.
I'm not asking for that. Just that we'll support them out of that line item.
I'm not for it either, but let's be honest, we're not supporting something, we support everybody. Nobody goes to that podium we don't give something to, so if they need something, tell them come to see us, and we're happy to hear what we need to support. Just like we did American Red Cross, so.
Last year, we did not support the float the river, I don't think.
Did they ask us for money, Dave?
Did they have it last year?
No,
They didn't have it, it was
They
the year
didn't. It was the
before
last-
that we didn't support it because they asked if we were gonna do it out of Parks and Rec.
Absolutely, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we give everybody money.
Wanna
Let's
make
just
sure they
let's
have
just,
money.
I mean, I'm here to support them. Let's just make sure we know what we're doing when we're doing it. So let's bring this back. How's that?
Motion to Dave.
Okay, motion to table. Where am I at? Number 20. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No,
Motion carried. Number 19, review, discuss, consider Clarksburg History Museum's request to submit an application to the West Virginia Department of Tourism for West Virginia America 250 mural project.
Good morning, Marcia Villianco. This is just a pass-through funding that we request to do a mural that we're hoping to have on the James and Law building. The president of James and Law, Alice Goffrey, is here also. Beth Gaines is with the History Museum. She is our sort of grant writer type thing. So this is where the state has sent this out to the 50 counties and wanting us to do a mural. And you are just the pass-through for the money. The money would come to you and then you would send it to us. We're not asking for any money. You're a pass-through.
Yeah, motion to allow it to be a pass-through, but we also allow it to be part of what our grant writer sees, so that way we can have a paper trail for ourselves, please.
Say that again, Patsy. I didn't
Just
hear you.
just pass everything.
Well, actually, we would submit our receipts for reimbursement.
Yes,
But
yes,
receive a
yes, we do-
$5,000 blank check.
It goes to you all.
Trey looked at this.
He has glanced at it, but I know he's been busy preparing for trial. I just want to get something clear because the commission has been passed through entities in the past. So this is a grant,
This
correct?
is the West Virginia
Is
State
tourism.
Tourism, and I'm not sure why they set it up this way, I guess to make sure we're working a little harder. But if you approve our concept, then we send it to them and they ultimately approve
Approve.
of the idea, the artist, the look of
The
it.
cost.
The cost, and then the cost within, like the artist fee, the materials. We save those
Installation.
installation, we save those receipts, and our CPA at the nonprofit turns in a report to you or your accountant, and they just reimburse the exact cost. We don't get anything over 5,000. But we, if somehow we only spend $25, that would all be, we would get reimbursed. And
Yeah.
Alice is the business owner giving us the
Permission to use the
permission.
building.
I just want to make sure if it's a grant, so then that means that there's reports and everything, and so that
Yes.
you'll return your receipts to us. We'll issue reimbursement to you, but we'll also have to get information from you
Yes.
for the reports that we will
Yes.
have to do.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
It's very confusing unneededly. I don't think.
Yeah, and this doesn't tell me what you just said either, so that's.
This is
Well-
what they gave us.
This is, yeah, that's all they gave us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
I mean, I don't have an issue helping you guys. I just don't want to vote to get the county on the line for something, that's all.
Yeah, Madam President, I did some research on this just because we have been pass-throughs for other projects and just wanted to make sure. So it's a great program. They're wanting to do a mural in every county. And so we would just be the pass-through. We would do the grant reports, everything else, so they would be doing the work and it would be a reimbursement to them. So I would definitely support having this done.
Okay, motion approved.
Remember my one, okay.
19, Madam President.
Okay, the motion is to approve and support this project for the Clarksburg History Museum to submit an application to the West Virginia Department of Tourism for West Virginia America 250 mural project. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Sound okay?
I think so. Good job.
Okay.
They didn't give much either.
Oh my God.
And Jen, the girl from the state called and talked to Russ because it is so vague.
Right.
So he's on board, I think.
You think it's,
It is.
Okay.
So.
Are you Russ?
Yes.
Are you? Okay, I'm Marcia.
I'm glad we got it back, yeah. So this is legitimate. They want to have, a mural in every county that they're going to develop an app like they do for the waterfalls. We can track waterfalls.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna try to do that, but hopefully all 55 counties are on board. So I was a little bit confused with it as well.
So were we.
So, this is just my fourth week on the job, so I had seen something about it, but, and I think you want to complete it by May 1,
Yes.
so that you are.
They're asking, the state is asking to be done.
Of
Yeah.
course, hurry up and get it done.
It's good to go, yes.
Okay.
And it's just a simple form, and I hope Ms. Pease has a copy, or maybe you have a copy.
Well, I
They want a
sent,
notary
Yeah.
signature. I'm sorry, that's all the detail.
yeah,
From us.
yes.
Maybe Ms. Pease is the signature, I'm not sure.
Well, I did send it to Russ, the whole thing with the notaries,
Yeah.
all
Okay,
that.
that-
He's
and
got
we'll
it.
Fix the proper
Okay.
signature. Get it
Okay,
done,
I
as
just
long as you approve.
hope it's something that is okay. Okay, any further discussion?
One more thing.
Marcia.
We have an art gallery. I'm just saying, we have an art gallery. I passed out cards in Clarksburg at the Jameson Law Building. They've been gracious to offer us space. This coming Friday is our grand opening. We're having a wine tasting. We're inviting everybody to come. It's another tourist type thing. Clarksburg History Museum, the art gallery, it all goes in hand for promoting Clarksburg.
Thank
Please
you,
come.
James and Law, that's nice.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Because I know they lost their spots. I've seen the pictures on Facebook.
Come
I
down.
want to come see it yet. Okay.
That's it. Thank you.
Anything else?
That,
Are you
well,
done?
you know there always is with me, but.
Okay. Okay,
Not for
all in
today.
favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.
Thank you.
You got it. Yeah. Okay, number 21, review, discuss, consider resolution authorizing the filing of the application of Antero Foundation grant through Antero Resource Corporation for Harrison County Parks and Recreation Summer Camp funding. What's the pleasure?
Members,
How much is it?
motion to accept and adopt, and kudos to you and your staff, Laura. We've waited a long time for somebody to go out there and find money for us. Thank you.
Yes, and
Thank
this
you.
is,
Thank you. Thank
this
you.
is filing the application. for
Thank
it.
you.
Okay. So we're gonna make a motion to authorize nope, where am I at? Yeah,
Authorizing the filling of
the resolution for the grant from Antero for Parks and Rec.
That is
Summer
correct.
camp funding.
And
Okay.
affix the appropriate signatures.
To
please.
fix the appropriate signatures. Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, motion carried. Number 22, review, discuss, consider resolutions authorizing the filing of applications for the U.S. Representative Raleigh Moore fiscal year 2027 community project funding for the following. A, emergency backup generators and climate control for SIRN tower sites. B, countywide SIRN radios. And C, drones for law enforcement.
Motion to approve A through C.
Motion to approve A through C and affix the appropriate signature I added. Is there any further discussion? Or any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 23, administrators report.
The most important thing I had, Madam President, is I received all the elected officials' budget requests on Monday. I received, the assessors' numbers, certificate evaluation on Monday as well. They were due yesterday, so starting to add them into the spreadsheet to start getting our numbers for the budget. I will keep you updated as I go.
Mr. Tregoff?
No, madam.
I have nothing.
Motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.